You think you're so important
to me, don't you? Well,
I wanted you to know
that you don't belong here.
Think you're so important to me, don't you?
Don't kill my vibe.
No, I'm harmonising with you.
Oh, I was trying to harmonise you because
you can't harmonise Jade, you can't even sing.
My mum said to me, I said, oh, me and Yazzy are going to start doing singing videos together on YouTube. And Mum was like,
are we?
But James, you can't sing. And she was like, I was like, way to burst my bubble, Sally. Hello guys, welcome back. Thank you for coming back to watch another one of our videos. So today we've got a really exciting day ahead, and I keep smiling about it because it's actually going to be
You're buzzing, you've been buzzing all morning.
I've been buzzing all morning. I've been buzzing all week since we planned this.
Yeah.
So today we are going to meet with Lisa, who is the founder of ChemoHero. Now ChemoHero is a charity based in North Devon, Barnstable, and they support people going through chemotherapy and people that have cancer. And Yazzy's actually been the patron for...
I feel like it's been like 4 years, maybe, a long time.
A long time.
I'm actually a bit sad because I have a necklace, and if you guys look on like my Instagram or anywhere, that I'm always wearing the ChemoHero necklace. And when I sang at the ball earlier on this year, I put the pendant on a bracelet, and so I'm not wearing it, and I'm upset because it's at home.
So she usually wears it all the time.
All the time.
Up until the ball, and then COVID, and then whatever.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
She's not wearing it today, but she's normally wearing it all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going over to the warehouse today to speak to Lisa, find out what's been going on there, and we're going to take you along with us today.
Yay!
So we're just driving now, well, past McDonald's, which we are craving.
No, we're not. I never crave a McDonald's.
Absolute rubbish. Right, you need to tell me where I'm going.
Oh, we need to put it in the sati nav.
It's right.
It could potentially be. So let's. I'm trying to hold everything in my lap, and I can't do it right. We won't.
People are gonna let me out. You're being mean.
Right, let's type it out. We've only got 5 minutes to get there.
We are just on our way now. We're driving past a load of units. Yazzy doesn't know exactly where we're going, which is bloody classic.
I'm following the sat nav. Right, we're going to take a left. I
feel like I'm on a driving test.
This does look like the test centre, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I failed my test four times, guys.
And you ended up passing.
I passed my test in James's car.
Which I would not do my test.
Literally here. In there. Whoa!
Wow.
We've arrived. Reform Fitness. We're not going to the gym.
Are you sure it's here? Yes.
Wow, that's what it says. Hermes.
So we are here. We've arrived at the warehouse with Yazzy, and we've just spotted.
They've spotted me on the wall. Look. So this was when I sung for Prince Charles and Camilla, and ChemoHero had a stall there as well. I love that picture so much.
It is a lovely picture.
I regretted wearing those heels though.
Yes, I can imagine.
It's like a wall of their achievements, and that's Lisa and her mum, which is such a lovely picture.
Lisa and her mum.
Yeah, and all the volunteers.
Volunteers packing the boxes. These are the sort of things we'll show you more in depth in a minute, but these are the sort of things that go in the boxes. That's up at the hospital. That is the front page news.
Lisa was nominated by Celestine Ewings. That's my auntie.
That's Yazzy's auntie, Small World. Hero of the Year.
She's an amazing lady who is in her early 30s and has beaten cancer twice. She's an inspiration. She always had a smile on her face and is one of the nicest people I've ever met. I agree.
Very much so. We agree, definitely.
The whole idea around this is to really like relax talk and to kind of get to know you. Okay. We've written like a few questions. So
should we give you a little heads up on them so then we're not...
No.
We'll just throw you in the deep end. Love that.
I'm better at that. Yeah, if you tell me, I'll be like...
and then you're everything and then you're like...
So we've just sat down with Lisa. This is Lisa, the founder of ChemoHero. We're just sitting down, just going to ask her a few questions, just a bit like a Q&A style. And to get to know about Lisa and ChemoHero. So the first sort of thing I wanted to ask was, so obviously Yazzy is the patron of ChemoHero and has been for...
I feel like it's been like 4 years. Yeah. 4 or 5 years, something like that. Yeah, long time.
And what I wanted to ask you was, how did you meet? How did you guys meet? How did you meet Yazzy?
Do you want to tell Sora? You tell, because I talk too much. Yeah, you.
Crazily, when I was 16 and a half years old, my parents decided that they would have another baby, and that baby was called Matt. That's embarrassing. And we went to Instow School, and that's where we met Yazzy, because they were in the same year together.
Yeah. So me and Matt were at school together, and then it wasn't until I think I was 11 when I sang for your birthday party. Was it called Cappuccinos? Was it called Cappuccinos at the time? It was in Bideford, next to
Green
Doors. I can't remember.
It was the
but
Green Goose,
upstairs.
and it was my birthday, and I just had a year clear of cancer.
Yeah.
And you'd come to celebrate.
And
us,
then I remember coming and singing there. And yeah, I think I was 11. 11. So along. Was I 11?
11. So 11. 12.
Maybe I wasn't.
No, you think you must have been older because.
No, yeah, I must have been.
Well, no, because I'm trying to think how old you are now.
21
now.
So 10. That would have been 10.
Yeah, so I've had cancer for 8, coming up to 8 years. So it's probably about 6 years ago. So.
Oh, so maybe like 13, 14,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Still, a long time ago.
A long time
ago. And I sang for you. The song that I sang for you and that I always sing for Lisa is Songbird. And yeah, so that's where the half lioness, half songbird thing comes from. So lioness because of the hair, which is wet right now.
And songbird, because it's what
yeah.
I walked down the aisle to on my wedding.
So for those of you guys that are watching now and don't know what ChemoHero is, we're going to take you back to kind of the basics. So can you explain to everyone watching what ChemoHero is and what it's all about?
So ChemoHero is a North Devon charity, and we give boxes of kindness to chemotherapy patients on their very, very first treatment when they don't know what they're going to need or what to expect from treatment. I started it back in 2013 after I'd just completed 9 months of chemotherapy, because I just suddenly realised that there was there's nothing great about having cancer. I can't sit here and sparkle it up for you. It is a horrendous disease. But I suddenly realised that when you go in for treatment, it doesn't just have to be about treatment. And that I wanted to make people's journeys a little bit more positive. So by leaving with, this box of gifts that, will enable them to help counteract some of the side effects. It might be some luxurious products that we pop into the boxes. It would just hopefully uplift them and maybe give them the strength for that next treatment. Yeah, well we love it because James, when was it your grand's party?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
So when my grandma turned 80 a couple of years ago, and so basically grandma went to one of your events, I think it was in the Vivian Moon Centre in Braunton, and my grandma saw the word box of kindness and welled up. She was there like crying, and I think she came home and she was like, she was like, I'm doing it for my birthday. So she actually invited Yazzy as the patron. I mean, you were more of a guest really. But
I sat there eating cake like with your mouth.
So for her 80th we did like a family thing as well, but also we had all our friends round and had a big garden party, which thinking about that now, it'd be weird, that's probably not going to happen for a little while now, but she did it, she didn't want any presents or gifts or anything, she just wanted to raise money for ChemoHero, which we did, and then grandma met Lisa, and
she just fell in love with the
she loves
box of kindness.
The ChemoHero, just the wording and just the amazing thing it is, and I think what the amazing thing is it's not something that is around, do you know what I mean, like it is so unique, and ChemoHero is such a unique concept, and we're very lucky in North Devon to have something like this. And
also I feel like everyone had, like, you just realise how everyone's heard of ChemoHero, and when I'm driving into town I always see runners like wearing your t-shirts, and then there's the bus with ChemoHero on it, and it's just doing amazing, like it's just incredible.
I think the
really.
way I always joke and say that ChemoHero is a little bit like pyramid selling, but it's a pyramid charity. So one person
You're not like
receives,
Avon, don't say that.
but like no, in the concept, in that it's one beautiful box that gets given out to somebody that's incredibly poorly. When nobody around that person really knows what to do, we are the answer. To come and request them to have a ChemoHero box. And then from that kindness trickles members of that person's family that then want to come and help us as a charity, and by them doing that it enables us to give out another ChemoHero box, and then another one and another one. So
well, on that, just now it's like a little, if anyone would like to volunteer or help out or fundraise, how could they get involved with that?
So type in ChemoHero on your Google button and I'm sure our lovely smiley faces will pop up. But we do have Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter, so just send over a message. We usually work with groups down here of an evening, sometimes during the day. I think we're going to be working on more during the day. Obviously it's really difficult at the moment because we cannot have groups because of our social distancing. But going forward and in the future, we hope to be able to bring the groups down. We only ever pack 10 boxes at a time, so actually even if you were an individual we could probably have it down here on your own, pack your own box. And the reason that we do that is that we never ever want to become a conveyor belt box company where we're just packing boxes and they go out. Each box represents a person, and every time that I get somebody to seal their box with a little sticker, I always kind of get them to think about the person that it might be going to. And I know for me, I don't know if it's a bit sad, but I always say, I wish you well. When I seal the box, that is a person, and I never want to forget that.
Such a special concept. And we'll also put the website for ChemoHero in the
we'll link everything
down below. So if you want to volunteer or see how you can help, just check it out there. I wanted to ask you, Lisa, like, what is your proudest moment of ChemoHero? Like, what's the most proudest memory you've got of ChemoHero?
Or maybe a few, because there will be a lot.
There'll be a lot. Obviously, 2013 was a long time ago. Like that, it's been going for many years now.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, obviously I've been, I managed, it's an amazing thing that I managed to go to Pride of Britain this year, last year. It was an incredible experience, and one I will never ever forget. That red carpet was
Could you
insane.
explain that little story, how that all came about?
Yeah, so I was nominated as a local hero for Pride of Britain, for my good work, and they came and did all the filming and everything, and then my friends invited me for coffee, and I was surprised by ITV Spotlight. Claire Manning.
So cool.
Surreal, isn't it? It's surreal.
Yeah. And then the next thing I know, I'm getting ready for the Pride of Britain in London in a really big hotel.
I remember seeing your mum, and she was like, "We need a dress. We need a dress." I'm like, "I've got dresses. I've got dresses."
Yeah, I got my own dress.
You got her own dress.
Yeah, I did. And my husband's got alopecia, so we did have a bit of a giggle getting ready because it didn't take long.
No.
Because I had no hair because I was in the middle of treatment, so we got lots of film footage of us drying our hair. And I always think that the red carpet moment, going down, I always thought we looked like something, like if people were wondering who we were, they would be thinking, oh, they're from the Coneheads, the film. Bought it from space. It was an amazing moment, and one of the memorable moments of that event was we arrived on the red carpet, and all these lights, and me and Rob were like, we don't know what to do, and then all these school children started screaming with their notepads and pens, and Rob went,
I'm not Brad Pitt.
What do you do? And I went, I know what we do. And I walked over to them and I grabbed their pen and their paper.
I love that.
And I put #ChemoHero. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I didn't sign it me because they won't know who I am. But I signed
that. That is amazing.
Because obviously you're a celebrity to us. I'm a celebrity down here in North Devon, but in London they all know you. They've all got your signature. I need to make sure I get mine before I leave.
Yeah, it was a real froze moment, and we just must have looked like two Devonshire dumplings spaced into London.
I love that.
That was amazing. Obviously the British Empire Medal from the Queen, which I haven't received yet because of lockdown, but I will receive it soon, and that was really special. But I think for me, my proudest moment was getting the Barnstable Town Cup from the mayor at the time, Julie Hunt. I do this for North Devon, my heart is in North Devon, and to be recognised, some people might think, well, it's Pride of Britain and an award from the Queen, but to be recognised by my own town, my own community, that's my proudest moment.
I think earlier on this year, literally just before lockdown happened, you hosted a James Bond themed ball, it was just the best. And me and James literally showed up, and I was literally like, yes, I am a Bond girl, a bit chunky, but yes, I am a Bond girl. And we showed up, and literally, it was just
spectacular. The way you transformed the room,
the most amazing. It was just, And there was a point where they put up on the board a little video all about you and everything that you've been doing.
I don't think there was a dry eye in the room. I think everyone was subbing. It was amazing.
I remember just standing there and looking around at everyone, and everyone just loves you so much, and you could just feel it.
It makes me go goosebumps.
It was really special. I just stood there and I just thought, wow, what an amazing thing to be part of. And we did say earlier, we want to relive that evening again.
We wish we had the camera with us for that, because it was just an amazing evening.
That was so cool.
Yeah, and it's so difficult because we can't upload that really to any social media properly, because obviously it's got music from other artists and that, so they won't allow us to. But the second part of that film clip, I knew nothing about. Absolutely nothing. It had all been done very secretly, and obviously it was more about my disease and more about me and where I am in life.
It was just, amazing. So I mentioned earlier a little bit about fundraising and how people can get involved if they would like to. Well, obviously at the minute, lockdown has only just kind of eased and COVID is still happening. So obviously, a lot of your fundraisers and things that would have been going on haven't been able to. So how can people get involved and what sort of things could people do to fundraise for ChemoHero?
Yeah, so obviously we can't have large gatherings at the moment. So a lot of the fundraising that needs to be done is in your own home. So that might be that you've got some old clothes that you might like to sell to friends, family, and everything.
Me,
yeah.
I've got too many clothes.
Yeah, you know, there was talk of, you know, perhaps us sorting out a virtual fashion show.
We are there.
Yeah. So there's that. People could do a raffle online, or you know, if you've got friends and family, you could perhaps have a go at still selling within your circles of people that you are around. We have lovely. Should I just want to get?
that'd be great.
What I'm gonna show you.
In a secret cupboard.
We have these amazing flat packed coin boxes.
Love that.
So if you're somebody, obviously you might have a lot of cash in your house at the moment and change because nowhere's taking change.
I know,
and you want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
We will have it and we'll have our gloves on and we will count it and we'll wash our hands afterwards and everything. But we are more than willing to accept your cash, and these can be collected from Bowden Fire and Security down in Roundswell, or just send us, you know, a little message. You know, via the Facebook link you're going to share, and fill them up. We collected one during lockdown and it had £70 in it.
Wow.
So it goes to show how much
that is amazing.
coinage, you know, and we really appreciate that because that's actually 2 boxes. So somebody that has just chucked their odd bits of change in there. Other ways they can fundraise. So there's lots of virtual runs happening, you know, lots of other charities and, you know, running virtual runs. We haven't set ours up yet, but hopefully we will do that soon. But you know, if you're looking to do kind of one a national virtual run, get some sponsorship in, do it, and do ChemoHero. If you raise over £20, you will get to sport. You know, we will send out one of our running tops for you to run in. And
Which
join the rest
I've
of
seen I always walk through Barnstable or anywhere. I think I was down Marwood the other day and I just saw loads of people in like ChemoHero t-shirts.
It's so amazing. I've still got mine though. I still wear my one with this got a big like orange heart on it, and I'm like, a bed t-shirt.
I don't think anybody thinks I've got any other clothes. I'm always in the hoodie or the t-shirt.
Represent. I love it.
So coming to kind of the end of this kind of Q&A, I just wanted to ask you, Lisa, how many people do you think this is an estimate, because obviously you've obviously helped so many people since ChemoHero started, but how many boxes do you think you've done? Obviously the stuff that goes on the outside as well, but how many boxes do you think ChemoHero has done?
Gosh.
I've put you on the spot now.
Yeah,
we did say.
We know that we've hit the over 1,000 mark. And that's a really difficult one because that's obviously over 1,000 people in the time we've started have been diagnosed with cancer and started chemotherapy. But at the same time, I always say I cannot help cure these people's cancer, but this box is what I can do for them. So I do try to revert it as a positive as well as being respectful that actually it's a really sad number.
I think as well, I think it's an amazing thing because you are obviously raising awareness, but you're doing it in a really kind, lovely way. And I think like for me, in my family, I've not really experienced a lot of it kind of firsthand to actually know what someone going through cancer actually really goes through. And my grandma, who sadly passed away about 5 years ago, she did go through cancer, but my parents kept it a very like hush hush thing from me and my sister and my little brother because they didn't want us to see her go through that. And I just think it is something that everyone in some way is going to be affected by.
So the statistic for cancer is 1 in 2 people will get cancer in their lifetime. That isn't saying they're going to die of their cancer, because if caught early enough, it could be cured. And I think that you saying that it was very hidden away from you, actually it would be better if it wasn't, because if we all became aware at a much younger age, it could help in lots of ways. So it could help us be more aware of our bodies, so we can catch the cancer earlier, and it could be treatable, and you won't end up, you know, as a palliative care patient of cancer. You know, and it also means that it won't become such a taboo subject. You'll be able to see a friend with cancer and be able to support them in the best way you can.
And also I think know what to say and what's the right thing to say, because that's something that I have actually found, because I mean I don't see you all the time, but whenever I see you, I know that you are going through a very difficult time, and it's hard to know what the right thing to say is. Do you act like it's not happening, or do you
like, are you okay? You know, those sort of words.
Most people are very, very polite, so if somebody said something wrong to me, I probably wouldn't confront that.
No.
I probably would go home and feel a little bit like cursing.
Don't like her anymore.
I said this, but no,
get Stanley on it.
No, you know, but I think that what people want is for you to just be as normal, not to avoid it. You know, I'm sorry to hear about your news, and wait for them to then come back to you with what they want to talk about. You know, I've been in very difficult situations where I've had people that have really struggled talking to me, and I've had to keep it in and keep it in.
And that's
actually, if we'd just been able to just let it out and talk about it, I wouldn't have been in half the situations that I have found.
It's like being open, isn't it? Being open about the subject, being open to talk about it.
And you are very open about it all on social media and stuff as well. But also you can have, I mean it's not funny, but you do have a laugh, and you can just try and not make the best out of the situation, but you are a very smiley lady.
Very positive. Very positive.
So my feelings on it is that cancer is going to take my life. It's not going to take my fun and my laughs. No. I can't control it taking my life, but I can control how it makes me act and be. And an example is the other day I sadly had to have an X-ray on my leg because it's painful, and I thought that it was going to be a fracture that I hadn't noticed because I've got quite a high pain threshold now, and sadly I was told that it was cancer, and obviously telling my mum and dad, I was a bit nervous, and my dad said, oh well, you've got another 100 bones. And that's what I've been brought up with, so you know, that's why I'm the way that I am, and you know, I think I live a better life for being more upbeat and everything, but I'm not going to say that everybody can be like that.
No,
everyone
all
so different.
Well, we're really glad, and we're very grateful that you've let us come in today and speak to you. We actually would love to see a box being put together and show you guys in a minute. That would be amazing,
because obviously each element is something that's going to help them through that course of treatment. Each element's because Grandma was absolutely overwhelmed when she found out about them, so she was telling me everything that was in them, and I was like, I kind of do know, but each thing has a different meaning, and each thing will help them through their treatment. So it'd be great if we could have a look
and we will link below everything that has been mentioned in this little chat now. And so shall we have a little look in it?
Exciting. We've just come into the stock room with Lisa, and Lisa's just going to talk through a few of the different aspects and different pieces that go into the kit and what they kind of do to help the person going through chemotherapy during their cancer.
So so this is all of our stock, and all of this has been paid for by the money that is raised by fundraising, all our fundraisers. And what our aim is, so I'd quite like to get this one. What our aim is to have each of these products eventually sponsored by a business. So if you are a business out there that is, you know, got a few £100s and thinking, I'd like to sponsor a charity this year, please sponsor us. And what we would do once you've sponsored us, sorry, I was going to head over.
No, it's all right.
So our pill pots are sponsored by the local business Jensen R.
Lovely.
So they have given us a few £1,000s, and we've managed to buy a whole year's worth of pill pots for our charity. And we put their sticker on them, and then we give them a big shout out on social media on how they're supporting us. What we would really, really like is having all of our products.
Definitely.
And it's probably a really, really good product to start with, actually. It's one of my favourite. Obviously a pill pot, you're given lots and lots of tablets, and it's very overwhelming on that first treatment. I know that we got home after my first treatment, and we both sat there nodding at the chemo nurse in the hospital, but the moment we got home, we didn't have a clue, and we didn't realise kind of the implications of not listening properly until I'd taken a steroid tablet at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I should have had it much, much earlier. I was wide-eyed for the rest of the night, so don't want any other patient going through that. So having the pill pot in the box with a notebook, can't find the notebooks, they're just general notebooks up here. It means that the nurse can sit down with the patient and sort out the patient's drugs. The nurses can't put the pills in the pill pot, but they can tell the patient where to put them. And it just means, you know, if somebody's living alone, they've got it all ready for when they go home. So that's one of my favourite products.
I love that.
So such a wide range of products and for different reasons. So a drinks bottle, because it's really important that you get your liquid all through. This might take some time, you know.
No, we've got time. We've got time.
Yeah, so to help, the sooner you know you kind of flush the chemo through, then hopefully the side effects won't be as bad. I always giggle on this one because it's usually the last product in the box that I talk about, but I'll talk about it earlier.
Oh.
I have no explanation for why I put chocolate, but I think Yazzy's little dribble there explains it. It's just a nice product. And also the biscuits up here.
Which I must say, they are actually my favourite.
So the biscuits go in the boxes because somebody's had a long day in hospital, and if they're going through treatment, the chances are is they're going to have visitors to come and check they're okay. And you know, quite often you don't have any food in the house if you've gone through treatment. So it just means that they can run and get the pack of biscuits. It also means if you've got a long day in hospital and you've not packed much money like we didn't on our first treatment, your partner has something to eat as well as you.
You don't even think about these things, and actually, it's so true.
Yeah, so obviously very high on the agenda at the moment, and I'm sure I had a premonition.
I might take a few of those home.
5 weeks before lockdown, I bought a year's worth supply of these for ChemoHero alongside the antibacterial wipes. I'm just looking for those, but I can't see them now. Here they are. Don't know why, but for some reason I did. And so we've been really lucky to be able to supply our local chemotherapy patients each with these in the box.
Because they're so important, especially when their immune system goes down as well.
So we pop in little bamboo toothbrush. It's a soft bristle toothbrush. Chemotherapy is affecting your bone marrow and your fast dividing cells, because cancer is a fast dividing cell. Your mouth is as well, so your gums. So a lot of patients will, you know, go home and use their toothbrush, and then after about 3 weeks be brushing, their gums will start bleeding, and they'll wonder why. And it is because their gums are taking a beating as well. So we'll pop in a soft bristle toothbrush. Pop in nausea relief bands. So the pressure point bands to help with anti-sickness, so it works on pressure points on your wrists.
I've never seen one of them before.
And hopefully counteract the sickly feeling you can get during treatment. A lip balm, because we know that you know, hospitals are a very, very dry environment. Again, fast dividing cells. So just having a lip balm in your pocket can really help. Tissues, because there's lots of tears on the first treatment. A colouring in book, and one over here. Pencils.
Brilliant.
And one over here.
Get those steps in.
And a pencil sharpener.
I
nothing
love that.
worse than being in treatment, you're colouring in to take your mind off your treatment and to kind of see the time. Some treatments can take 6 hours.
Wow.
Really?
It can be going really, really slowly. So they've got something to do. And then your pencil breaks and you need to sharpen it. So we try and like really think of every eventuality, and then going back to the nurses and the fact that it has to be a very hygienic environment. This one catches the pencil sharpening, so I don't get trouble from the nurses.
Making a mess on the floor.
Not just for the patient though, these items, you know, they are for the patient's chemo buddy as well, because a lot of the time cancer patients might be given an antihistamine to stop them reacting to the toxic treatment they're being given, and that quite often means that they might go a bit sleepy and they might sleep for a few hours, and then the chemo buddy has nothing to do. So we're trying to think of, you know, not just
every situation,
but notebooks to write down that next appointment, to write down how you're feeling, write a letter. The ladies' handy bands we pop in. They've not all been done.
What's a handy band?
So a handy band is like what I'm wearing on my head now. And they're from Sea Salt, and we get a really, really good discount from Sea Salt. But I'm just going to show you this because we haven't attached them all. Not all treatments make somebody lose their hair. So it's really important that we don't put in like ladies' hats, because that lady might worry that she's going to lose her hair, and actually that's a worry she doesn't need to have. So this means that she can get that and use it as like a neck scarf, and currently at the moment a nice neck mask.
Love Sea Salt. She absolutely loves
lovely
it.
colours, isn't it? You know, and people know that brand as well, because that's another thing. We could go for really different brands, and some of our items we do, but we try and keep it to brands that patients know, because cancer will be so unfamiliar to them that actually getting a box full of then loads of products that are unfamiliar with them, it could be more frightening. So if we have like your Galaxy biscuits, they know
you know and
that.
trust them. Yeah, it's brands you know.
That.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Dried fruit, because you can get very, very bunged up during treatment, so some dried fruit can just help.
Oh yeah.
Pillow mist spray, because going back to that steroid thing.
Yeah.
Steroid thing. You're wide awake, but this will just help you sleep. And you asked me what my most favourite item that goes in the box. Thermometer.
Thermometer.
You know, chemotherapy, you know, you can get a raise in temperature, and it could mean that you've got an infection. You need that infection treated within the first hour, and part of that is taking your temperature.
So you need to be constantly on top of that.
Yeah, we have saved a few people's lives from this.
Amazing.
Thermometer. It says Jennifer here. This is because for the first year we started to put the thermometers in, a lady called Jennifer, she died of bowel cancer. Well, she didn't die of bowel cancer, she had bowel cancer, and she actually died of sepsis. She didn't own a thermometer, so her family have sponsored.
That is amazing.
Thermometers. And whichever business took this on, if they wanted to sponsor our thermometers, we would still put the Jennifer, because I never want to forget why we put that in the box.
So important. It's to remember her, definitely.
2 tea bags. Tea for
They're
2.
cool.
Yeah, tea for 2.
Are they ChemoHero tea bags?
Yeah, these are sponsored by Next Step Southwest, which is a college project. Yeah, we popped these in because I know that whenever I went over to my mum's when I was having a bad day, she'd go, "Do you want a cup of tea?"
Yeah.
So
Cup of tea makes the world of right.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is a brand called Gel Clear, and it's a really thick, gloopy mouthwash because again, your mouth takes a beating, so it can just help put like almost like a coating around your gums.
I think is you know everything needed firsthand because you've been
It's
through
from
it
your
all.
experience, isn't it? And things that you work out that people need.
Yeah, and we've grown, so there are some items that, like the pillow mist spray, I hadn't actually thought of that. It was another patient that had thought of that, so then we were like, oh, okay, then we're going to put that in the box. So it's a very adaptable box, and it has to be, because treatments change, and that means side effects change. Sucky sweets, because sometimes when chemotherapy is going in, it can cause quite a metallic taste. Coconut oil, really good for your skin, so if your skin's being affected, it's really natural. You can brush your teeth, it can be really great as like a mouthwash to coat ulcers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
and it's all natural, like antibacterial.
Oh wow.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. We pop in soaps, so we've got 2 soap people that donate soap. So one is the Clavelli Soap Company, which is obviously based in Clavelli.
How amazing.
And they make, obviously they're big bars of soap, and then they cut the ends off, and then they give them to us, and we're able to wrap them. Because we feel that soap is soap. So none goes to waste, we get them, and it's a lovely product.
That's so lovely.
It smells really nice for the patient. The other one is a lady called Frances Bell, and her business is called EVK Handmade Soaps. And we love her soaps because she has a little story that goes with
that's
it.
amazing.
What does it say?
So it says, Evie loved to seek the Devon violets and delighted every time she spotted their smiling faces and smelled their delicious scent. Imagine their smiley fragrance on your skin.
What I love is that everything in here is either, do you know what I mean, it's well-known brands or small businesses that people
We
have.
try, and especially at the moment.
North Devon.
Yeah, we are trying to buy from North Devon businesses. So about chocolate. So,
Say it about it again.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
I've got no reason, it's just so good. Mugu, so we put in a Mugu cream and deodorant. It's udder cream. It's completely natural. Really good for not just like patients going through chemotherapy. If you've got dermatitis, eczema. You know, I know that some people have used it on leg sores. It's just amazing. Sorts everything out. Mugu, yeah. So we buy that direct. Really fun company to work with, and they really love us, which is great. I can't get one pack out, but these are like the rescue remedies.
Yeah, I use them for my singing.
Yeah, and some people use them when they've got an exam. You can imagine if you've been really poorly on your first treatment, getting you in for that second treatment. So the idea behind these is that perhaps the patient has it in their handbag, and then just as they're about to go for treatment, they put one in their mouth just to help walk them down into
Definitely. It's quite a daunting experience, I can imagine.
You know, next product is honey. So this is from Quince Honey Farm, big sponsor of ours, and they have rebranded their honey ChemoHero Be Kind Honey.
I love that.
Really, really great if you've got a sore throat.
It is getting hot.
Really good if you've got a sore throat. Also, you know, it's just nice and soothing. If you're not managing to eat much and energy-wise, you're feeling a bit flaky.
Yeah.
It's got natural sugar in, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
Makes the medicine go down.
I was saying earlier, my grand's not been very well. She's just been having a little bit of honey and hot water because she doesn't fancy anything. So that's
it's nice and sweet.
Yeah.
Put a fizzy drink in because the treatment can make your tongue get really thick and gloopy and horrible feeling. Some people are like, wow, fizzy drinks, but it bubbles through the gunk. So it's when you can't taste anything during treatment, you're relying on sensation. So and that men's notebooks, or ladies' notebooks, men's notebooks. Said about Mugu deodorant. So these we use men's socks, ladies' socks.
Oh, brilliant.
So you'll see that we buy the ladies' socks, and we do get some men's socks from Banbury's, a local business. So we want to support them as much as we can. And then you'll see our other men's socks that go in the boxes, and it's Oddballs, which is actually, I think, more testicular.
Yeah, it was testicular cancer. Yeah, I remember
so
they do all sorts.
So we're supporting another charity, but supporting us. So we've just
I was about to say I recognise the branding on that one. Yeah.
So and they're really nice and bright.
What is the? I remember you saying it before in an event, but why do you put socks in a box?
Oh, so the socks go in the box because chemotherapy can affect all your nerve endings and cause a condition called neuropathy. So it can make the ends of your fingers feel numb and your toes feel quite numb, but almost pins and needly. So when you're walking, it can really hurt. So we get really nice soft
socks.
bamboo branded socks to kind of help with that. And also where the seams aren't really, really heavy, these seams you can sort of see, can't you? They're not gonna hurt you.
Cut off you,
Coming in, but I've said the men's boxes get a nice shaving balm, so completely natural shaving balm, and Clavelli soaps again have helped us out with a good discount on their post-shave balm. And the men's boxes get a game.
Oh, I love Double.
Yeah, it's my favourite game. Have you not played Double?
No, never.
It is. Oh, we'll play it later. It is a brilliant game.
It's a big game.
You have to be fast though, and I have to think for ages. I'm there like, got it.
We've got like Double, Guess Who, and the idea behind this is that again it passes the time during treatment, but when you're in treatment you very much kind of sit in your seat and you don't talk to anybody, and I hope that in the future by putting the games in, if there's two patients and one's got Guess Who, they might talk, and by talking perhaps they won't feel so alone. So,
Definitely.
And the men's boxes also get a little book-like gadget or
Brilliant.
some other gadgets that we might think about putting in as well. We've got a ladies deodorant, which is a Neal's Yard natural deodorant, and an eyebrow kit, because if a lady loses her eyebrows, then she's able to pop them back on again and feel less self-conscious. If she doesn't lose her eyebrows, then she can either use it as extra makeup or she could donate it back again to us. So
brilliant.
so that is.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Is that a go?
Just work through it.
So the camera has died. We've done quite a lot of talking, so we're just gonna end now using my phone and just on a few final words from Lisa.
Yeah, so if there is any businesses out there that would like to sponsor us, a year's worth, half a year's worth, month's worth, week's worth of any of the products that I've spoken about, please do get in contact. Because it is what keeps us going as a charity. To just conclude this video, firstly, just from me and James, thank you so much
thank you for having
us in here. It's been amazing to look around, and obviously I love to sing for you, and I'm so proud to be part of it. But we just kind of wanted to end the video on just Lisa's little story behind why ChemoHero is actually called ChemoHero. So if you could just...
so back in 2012 when I was diagnosed, we'd been to the fair and I bought my son some candy floss, and he was obviously quite hyperactive and climbing all over me, because he was only 2.5 at the time. And he climbed up onto my legs, my stomach, and then my right breast, and it really hurt, and it's the only reason that I checked my breasts if he hadn't have done that. So as I started treatment, obviously Stanley saw himself as a bit of a hero, because he's basically saved my life, or he has certainly given me much longer in life than I would have had if I'd not found my lump. So whenever I was going through treatment, he used to say, Mummy, you're the chemo and I'm the hero. So naturally when we started the charity, we knew exactly what it had to be called. But I think for me, kind of concluding the video is, had my son not have trodden on me, I wouldn't have checked myself. So just a really, really big message to please, make sure that you are more body aware and don't be embarrassed by your bodies. We've all got them. Yeah.
Definitely.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you again, Lisa, for having us. We will link everything down below and how you can get involved with ChemoHero.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you.
Bye.